stayed with me because it's something we have. I don't know, honestly, what I carry even in my handbag. And if I search, I think I would find it, maybe several generations of stuff that I don't use or whatever. But we carry a lot of stuff around. And can you talk a little bit about, I like the idea of the backpack.
Sure. So essentially, just to make my life and your life a little easier, I have this analogy where I say that imagine that you're born with a backpack on your back, a rucksack like the one I see in the front seat. Imagine that you're born with that on your back, and as you go through life, you put things into it. So for example, where you're born, your order of birth, how you're parented, and so on. But what we tend to do is we put things into our backpack to protect us. Every one of us in this room want to be safe at all costs. So what is it that we do? We have to find things that we know we're safe. So for example, if when you were, let's imagine you were growing up in Calcutta like I was, but when you were 10 years old, you were bullied very, very badly by someone who was in your class from Kerala, a Malayali. That you still remember. You are now 45 years old or older, any age, whatever age you are now, you're not 10. But you still remember that, you put that in your backpack. The chances are you will not have a single Malayali friend. Because you take the entire group, the entire state, and you say, I don't want to touch them, and why? And nobody's judging you and saying that you're bad by doing that. What you're actually doing is protecting yourself. You want to be safe. Or it could be the reverse. Your best friend was the Malayali and you're a Bengali growing up in Calcutta, and now you're in Bangalore recruiting. And now final 3 interviews. One of them happens to be from Kerala. The chances are that person could be completely useless, but guess who gets the job? Positive bias. Once again, you're wanting to be safe because in your opinion, all things Malayali is the best. Because you have this one best friend, you've been to Kerala, you've eaten the food, you even know some of the language. Everything is there, so let's stay safe. That fundamentally is what I mean by the backpack. And so, do we have the courage to actually take the backpack off our back, put it in front of us, unzip it and look inside? Because the positive things is easy peasy, right? But what about the scary things? What about the real big trauma? What about the fact that maybe one of you had a very horrific divorce 30 years ago, and the divorce that you had, the person that you divorced from, it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman, but that person's profession is a lawyer. The chances are you have no friends who are lawyers because you don't want to have anything to do with that group of people because of one genuine trauma. So that's what I mean by backpack, you see? So that's why when I was giving you the earlier explanation of why do I work with unconscious bias, it's because I started reflecting on my narrative and realizing how lucky I was. And also, how many of you are the youngest here? I'd love to know, just raise your hands.